You're listening to episode 29 of
The Gold Mine Podcast.
As women, we have to invest that time in getting to understand who we are.
Be ambitious, be bold, create the life of your dreams. This is the Gold Mine Podcast with your host, Adrian Dion.
Hey you guys, thanks so much for joining me for another episode on the Gold Mine Podcast. I hope that everybody is enjoying their day today. I am currently in Sacramento and I made sure to pack my mic so that I could record this episode for the week. I unfortunately have a room right by the highway, go figure, and I love my mic. It's a Blue Yeti mic and it's really, really good. But the problem is it picks up everything. And so if you hear cars passing by, I am not recording in the street, but the mic just picks up everything. So I apologize in advance. Nevertheless, I am really enjoying my stay here in Sacramento. Sacramento has a lot of different parks. So yesterday I went downtown and got some good food and visited the Rose Garden Park. It was so nice to see all the colors. It was really pretty. There's a Rose Garden Park in San Diego, but it's so dry, so all of the flowers are dead. So it was really nice to just sit there and read a book and took pictures. So it was really cool. We are really wrapping up October pretty quickly. And so as we start to get ready for next year, I was talking to somebody the other day who was just like, I am so ready for 2018 to be over. I'm really looking forward to 2019 because, you know, there's a lot of different things going on for me next year. And so as we start to prepare for that and come up with our plans and goals, we've been kind of talking about that. I want to encourage you to be purpose driven and really focus on the things that matter the most. Today, I'm challenging you to ask yourself two questions. Number one, why am I here? And number two, what am I doing to make this planet a better place? Besides finding and having a job that pays your bills, saving up money, to buy a car or a house or things for your kids, why do you think that you were given the opportunity to have this human experience? One of the things that I love to do with my clients is to help them establish their primary aim. And basically that's just figuring out the target for their life. Now, your primary aim is so important to know because it serves as a roadmap for you. It helps you to get to the best version of yourself, and it anchors you in all of your decision making so that you can understand what's important and what is not. If I were to just right out ask you, what's your target? I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't say money, power, possession, status, success. Maybe success, but a lot of you wouldn't say that that was the target for your life. Those aren't essential for your primary aim. Yet so many of us spend our lives focusing on those things. When it's all said and done, none of those things are things that we can take with us. And so they're not really important. One of the things we do when we're discovering the primary aim is I ask my clients a series of questions. And one of the questions is, imagine your family and friends at your funeral. And instead of a preacher doing your eulogy, it's a tape of you, a recording of you telling your life story. How would you want that story to go? And it's really funny to get the different reactions from people because most of the time they're like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know. I've never thought about it. But it's very important to think about because basically that's what you're doing every single day. But here's the catch. Would the story of your life you like to be told match up to your reality? And I'll even take it a step further. Who do you think would show up to your funeral? All of that really depends on what you're doing every single day, the types of relationships you're making every single day. But if you ask the average person, are they, designing their life or creating everything that they do on a day-to-day basis to reflect what they want to be told about them in the end? They're not. I think I talked about this on a previous episode, but there's a fashion blogger, Kirzada, who died from stomach cancer. She was a huge influencer in doing what she loved, dressing up, taking pictures. She shared a message of individuality and love, and she inspired millions of people. Like, her death made the news. Like, it was a big, big deal. When she was diagnosed, she shared a lot of her journey and gave so many people just hope and inspiration and motivated them because they saw her strength and her perseverance, and how she would, even after she lost all of her hair, she was still so fierce and still taking pictures and being beautiful. I mean, people still talk about her today, and that says a lot about the type of person that she was. I had a close friend who passed away a few years ago, and he was only in his 30s, but I remember going to the funeral and it just being so many people there. I mean, hundreds of people who showed up from all over the world to pay their respects. And, you know, he was a teacher. He was a music teacher. He was a musician. But he was so much more to so many different people. Everybody had an intimate story because he was always pouring into others. He made an impact on other people's lives, and it showed. What value are you putting out into the world? If you died today, what would be missing from the world because you were not here? I think about the great leaders of the world, you know, the Martin Luther Kings, the Gandhis, the Nelson Mandelas, how all of these people did things in their lifetime that still have an effect on our lives today. Each one of us has a purpose, and it's very important that we're doing things that are fulfilling that purpose every single day. You know, God placed something special, a unique gift and talent inside of you. Are you using it? Or are you allowing yourself to be distracted and letting your talent go to waste? The Bible tells us in 1 Peter 4:10 that each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. And so being able to live in purpose requires you to think beyond that small world of me, you know, and think about other people. You guys, we were really put here for a reason. We were chosen, given a gift, and placed here in this moment in time for a specific reason. That just gives me chill bumps. Like, we're here in this specific time for something beyond ourselves. Makes me think about that song I Was Here by Beyonce. If you guys get a chance, go and listen to the lyrics of that song, because she basically was talking about her primary aim. And you know, you don't have to overthink it. Most of the time, that special gift is something that comes natural to you. You know, you don't have to try to be the Martin Luther King of the world or the Beyonce of the world. Be the you of the world. You know, you may have a gift that you may not do flawlessly, but you should take that gift and nurture it. Invest time in learning how to do it better so that you can use it to its highest potential. A lot of you are caught up in, you know, just doing a job that pays the bills, or you're doing your, you know, day to day. You may have a hobby or something like that. And you're saying, is that is that a part of my primary aim? The best gauge for knowing if you have discovered your true primary aim is your emotions. Do you lack energy or excitement about the things that you do on a day-to-day basis? Is it hard for you to stay committed to the things that you're doing? Are you more worried than optimistic about the future? All of those are signs that you haven't discovered your primary aim, because when you're walking in purpose, yes, there may be challenges, but there will be peace in it. If you're going after something that really matters to you, nobody will have to motivate you to do that. Nobody will have to make you do it. But if you continue to make goals year after year, living your days just reacting to life instead of creating, you'll look up and have nothing but regret for all of the things you wish you had done, and it'll be too late. So I encourage you to think about these things as you start to set goals for the new year. Don't let 2019 be another year of you just engaging in mediocrity. You know, you go to work, you come home, you may go on an occasional vacation, and you just repeat that same thing over and over again. Set goals that would allow you to use your talents and add value to the lives of each person that you encounter. We often say, oh, if I just help one person, then that's enough. I mean, the Bible talks about that we are here to do greater works than, Jesus Christ did. And so one person is not enough. Don't be satisfied with that. Go out being intentional about what you do on an everyday basis. We encounter more people than we actually realize. Every time you make a post on social media, every time you walk up to somebody into a store, every time you engage, whether it's just body language, a smile, all of those things are encounters with people. I've met people that I said, every time I see them, they always have a smile on their face. Every time I talk to them, I just feel better after I've talked to them because they're always so positive and always have something nice to say. That's an encounter. That's something that you're doing to influence, somebody else, and it has an impact on them. I was in a business seminar the other day, and there was a lady, she was talking about, how everybody talks about doing whatever you're passionate about and things like that, maybe creating a business from that. And this lady was saying, she stood up and the speaker asked, what do you like to do? And she was like, I love to clean up. And she was like, everybody started laughing. And so he was like, no, it's not funny. You don't know the difference that you can make in somebody's life just by cleaning up and organizing things for them. It takes away a lot of anxiety and stress for somebody else. And it's so true. Something that you may think is, I love to do this, is really small, doesn't help anybody. It really does help. Because I'm telling y'all, as soon as I get some coins to hire somebody to come in and clean up and wash clothes and do that type of stuff, I'm going to. It could be something just as simple as you having a really vivid imagination and you like to make up stories. You can be a writer. Look at how so many people love to read books, and you can add to their enjoyment just by doing what you love to do. I think about Aretha Franklin and how look at her funeral. Oh my gosh. So many people were there from all over the world. Again, she made an impact on people's lives. She gave people a reason to dance. Her voice, comforted people when they were going through. It really impacted people's lives. And, she just was doing what she loved to do. So think about what gifts and talent that you have that you could be using to add value to others. Go back and listen to episode 21 on the secret to living a fulfilled life, or I think it's episode 6 on creating the life you desire if you need help with purpose. Don't get caught up in paying bills, you guys. We were created for more than that. And so as you start to make your plans and your goals for next year, instead of focusing on what you want from the world, start thinking about what you have to offer. Try to make all of your goals centered around this. And I believe that when you do that, all of the desires of your heart will manifest without you having to make them happen. Take some time and answer that question that I asked earlier today. What's the story you want to be told about your life? And then create that. Create everything that you do every single day around that, around the target of your life. All of us want to see this world become a better place, but it starts with us. What can we offer to the world? What value can we give? And when we all start to focus on that and do that, this world will be a better place. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the show. If you are needing some help in figuring out your talents and your gifts, and how to use those things to add value to the world and to others, make sure you guys contact me. I do help you guys with that. I would love to work with you on figuring that thing out and starting to create a plan or a primary aim for you. Also, I will be hosting a vision board party this year, and I'm working on how I can do it virtually. Also, for people who are not in San Diego. So I will be posting the details of that very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Also, I just want to say thank you to all of the people who applied to be on the podcast. We had some really amazing guests that's going to be coming up in the next few weeks. And so I'm really excited about that. if you have something that you want to share with our audience, please make sure you apply. If you're wanting to advertise your products or your services that you think may be in alignment with our audience, make sure you go to the sponsorship application and apply there. I'm really excited that our audience is growing. We have listeners in over 16 countries now, and I'm really, really, really proud of that. And I thank you guys for sharing the podcast and letting other people know about it. If you haven't already rated or reviewed the show, make sure that you do so, because it does help with our exposure. All right, you guys, thanks so much for listening, and I look forward to talking to you guys next week. Bye.